Hello world, this is Candice Caldwell with the Living Your Dreams Summit, and I'm here today with Alease Michelle, and she's going to talk to us about how she started living her dreams today. So, hello Alease.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, glad to have you here today. Alease has been a marketing professor for 15 whole years, and I know her as my branding coach, and she is also a branding coach to many others. So, Alease, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started with the branding coaching and all that stuff?
Well, Candice, it's a long story, but I try to keep it short. But initially, I've been teaching, like you said, for 15 years at the college level, and I've been teaching fashion marketing. Later on in my career, I was a department chair, and I had to step down because I didn't have the right credentials, kind of thing. And so that was a little devastating because a lot of us are our titles, our job titles, and then when something pushes you out, you're like, okay, what do I do? So I had to quickly figure out how to reinvent myself because people in Charlotte knew me as a fashion director for the department. So, you know, now Alease is not doing that, so how do I reinvent myself? So what I did was I started looking at what did I have a passion for? What is it that I really like doing and I can do, you know, without making any kind of money? Right. So I went back to my roots, which is art, and I reinvented it and started doing more mixed medium artwork, and my artist career took off. Wow. Because I used the marketing techniques that I teach my students, I used them myself. Wow. And so within less than a year, I was on the cover of Uptown Charlotte magazine. Wow. I had a gallery opening at 2 universities and doing lecture speaking and that kind of stuff. And so a lot of my peers were asking me, like, okay, Alease, you did this really quick. What did you do? And so I was like, I just use social media. You know, I know a lot of you are against it, but it really was the fastest way for me to reinvent myself. And so once my peers started asking me, I started writing this blog and giving advice on how other artists could do the same thing. And so that expanded into me coaching and personal branding other female entrepreneurs on how to turn their passion and ideas into a viable business, just like I did.
Wow, that is incredible that you took that experience and used it as something to brand yourself.
Right, correct. And I don't think it would have, I would never be doing what I'm doing now if that situation did not happen.
Right. Wow, using those experiences to really, you know, get to where you want to be in life. And not to mention, you are also a best-selling author, correct?
I am. So I took that experience in that book, my experience, and I shared all my tips and strategies in The Greatness is in the Comeback. And so again, what I teach my students, I applied to myself, and I was able to take my book to Amazon bestseller. It took me about 60 to 90 days to write the book, and then another 30 days to market it and take it to Amazon bestseller.
Wow. So you didn't have a team or anything, it was just you just using your technique. Just
using my technique, it was just me.
Okay, wow, wow. Okay, so what are some of the ways that you help others when you're coaching them? What are some of the initial things that you do to help them?
One of the first things that I do is I really try to get to know my clients first and figure out what it is that they want to do, where do they want to go. And so we have like a one-on-one conversation. I really like to be friends with my clients, so they feel a lot more comfortable with me. And I hear that from, you know, clients that I talk to, like, you're so nice and I love talking to you, and because that's the person that I want you to feel comfortable sharing with me. So first I get to know you and figure out what your passions are, what it is that you want to do, and what your goal is for the next, you know, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or to a year. And then after that, we start talking about how do you talk about what you do. So I call that the marketing message. How do you tell people what you do, the benefits, and what results that they don't get from you. And then we start coming up with a plan. Like the goal for any business is to make money. So after we've comfortable with you talking about what you're doing, then I like to say, okay, what's our profit plan? How are we going to make money in the next couple of months? Is that to get your first couple of clients? Is that to sell a workshop? Whatever that might be, what is your profit plan?
Wow, wow. Selling your profit plan. Okay. I mean, because everybody wants to make money,
They
right?
do.
I mean, and that's the whole, theme or the whole idea to having a coach is to get you out of that 9 to 5 or to be in that dream world that you want to be in, to be able to live your dreams and do those things. So I just love Alease as my branding coach. So if anybody needs one, she's definitely here.
Awesome.
So Alease, you say you did the artwork and the graphic design first. So how long did it take for you to start seeing some results as a branding coach?
As a branding coach, Candice, I'm gonna be real honest. Someone asked me, can you help me do so and so? Can you hold a workshop? So I was like, okay. So I held my first workshop, and it was called the Great Woman Success Boot Camp. Okay.
Yep.
And my mentors and my coaches was like, I cannot believe you're doing this right out the gate, because doing a workshop like that is not something that a newbie coach does. I didn't know that. I mean, I didn't know. So it's best not to know stuff you're not supposed to do. And so I sold out. And so that was my first time making money from an event. Now the event was $25, and it was packed with information, but that was the first time that I realized that people really want to hear what I had to say and learn what I was teaching.
Wow. Okay, just that one event. Wow.
Yes.
I mean, I think too, it becomes something with marketing, like having those terms. Like, I wanted to be in the boot camp, the success boot camp. Like, I need to be there because you told us, all of the results and the things that we're going to get from the boot camp.
Right. From the benefits, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Right. And so that's something that you learned on your own, or is that through coaching?
That is through coaching. My coach that I had was Allie Brown, and I went through her year program, and literally I would just say, at first I was just figuring it out. You read a book here and you read another book here, you try to look and see what this other person is doing online, and you really are just trying to piece it together. And so I had to figure out, to invest in myself, I need to figure out who knew how to do it and would teach me how to do it. So I did a year program with her. I went out to California to meet with her and got some coaching there. So that really was the stepping stone for taking my business taking off. And I recommend, again, anybody to get that coach, because again, it's gonna cut the learning curve. So I mean, it's gonna cut it
walk with you
and tell you, okay, do this, and do this, and do this. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, now let's do this. That kind of stuff.
Okay, that is great. Wow. Because it's so easy to not invest in ourselves. It always goes back to us. Like, invest in yourself first, and then share your products and your talents with the world. Right.
So, and that investment can be sometimes just buying a book.
Right.
You know how many people don't buy a book to read it? Just buy the book. If you don't want to pay the real price, go to Amazon and get the used version. I mean, because those books do have a lot of information, but they don't have a whole lot. So you have a basics. And I think reading and knowing as much as I did, I knew what coach to choose. And know that I didn't really need the beginner level, because most of the books give you the beginner level. I needed someone who was way ahead of where I was and was going to share something that I just did not know how to do at all. And putting on an event, I did not know. I mean, literally, you need to be able to sell and teach at the same time. And I wasn't. I can teach, but I wasn't taught how to sell at the same time.
Right. And I think people get scared of the selling part of things. Like, they don't want to always be in someone's face saying, go ahead and buy this and buy that. But when you put those benefits with it and you say you're going to get so much from this, then you're able to, sell it.
And look at selling not as I'm selling, but that you're offering a opportunity for someone to have a better life. And that if you don't offer this product to them, then this person 99% of the time might not have a better life. You have the knowledge, you have a system, you have the product, whatever that is, to make this person's life better.
Right. Okay. Great. So, Alease, we talk about you writing books. How many books do you have out right now?
You remember that? I only have one book.
No, but it seems like
I have a lot of program.
Right, a lot of programs.
I
have some ebooks too, right?
I have a few ebooks kind of thing, but I guess when you talk about book, I think about the physical kind of book.
Right.
So I have a couple ebooks that are part of programs that I offer. So like I offer the Be Your Own Boss program. I offer How to Get Clients in 3 Days or Less program. And at the end of this month, I'm launching How to Work Like a Boss, which is about performance and productivity and time management kind of stuff. So, and all of that is encompassed in my membership program, my monthly membership, that you can get all of that monthly kind of stuff. So yes, I have programs, but a physical book, I only have one. But I am, at the end of this year, I said I was going to write a second one.
That is really good. And you know, a lot of times our world is changing. You know, so our world is going from having books and stuff to being more digital. So when I see all these books, I think of, you know, it's so remarkable that you have all these books, because you have to sit down and write them all. So you have to be smart enough to have the materials in your head and to, you know, plan it all out and to write it. Because I mean, when I read them, it's a wealth of knowledge. Like, it's so much in them. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I have to, you know, process it. But anyway, I think it's remarkable. And you do have many other books. She has ebooks. So that's always good. So how do you balance your time? I know we talked about it in our sessions, but how can you tell the audience how to really balance their time and live like a boss? You know?
That's good. Live like a boss. One, I thought about that question, and one, I want to say to someone, you have to have a passion for what you're doing, and so you will almost make time to get it done if you just love it. Like, I can eat, sleep this all the time. But I do have a family. I do have a partner that, you know, he and I do things, so I have to juggle that kind of stuff. So what I've done and what I share with you is that I treat it like a part-time job. You know, I could, if I had a part-time job, I could give the man another 15 hours a week, but I couldn't. I had to decide, how could I give that 15 hours a week to myself? And so I really put a time on it. Like, if I was going to a part-time job, I would be leaving around about 6 o'clock, and I would work from 6 to 10. So that's how I do it. I sit down and say, this is my part-time job, and I'm going to work from 6 to 10 o'clock. And this is exactly what I want to do. And then, just like if you were working in retail, you have to clean up, right? You have to close out the register. So to me, closing out the register, a cleanup time, is straightening my office back up.
Well, I think it's really good what you talked about, motivating yourself. So, you know, listening to Eric Thomas, because he is very
he like whoa. I mean,
he's a very hype. Like, if you're not hype after listening to Eric Thomas, something is wrong. But yeah, and also writing down, like you said, writing down your accomplishments for the week. You said for the day, right?
Really, I do it a day, and it might be one accomplishment. So I use an app called Evernote, and I'm always preaching Evernote. And it makes life so easy, because I can just go in my Evernote app and I have a note that I've already started. And then I just write down that one accomplishment, and then I'm done. And so with 2015 coming in, the day before, like New Year's Eve, I looked at my 2014 accomplishments, because I had written them all down. And so once I saw that, I was like, oh, sweetie, do you not know that I tripled my money, my income for the year, like, without even trying? Or that I ran through 3 programs, or I increased. I used to only have 2 clients, and now I've got 10 clients, that kind of stuff. So, you know, stuff that you forget, I was able to look back over. So
that is so nice. And that's on your phone, right?
That's on my phone.
Okay, so it's just easy.
It's easy, because when do we not have our phone?
Right, we always have our phone, and you know, we're going away from all the pencil and paper. So it's everything on the phone. Okay, at least so you talk about, you have your programs, and then you have like branding coaching. Can you explain a little bit more for those who don't know what branding is and what branding coaching looks like?
All right, so let me just say what personal branding is. And I can give you this really scientific, you know, Webster definition of it, but I'm just going to really say the essence of someone's personal brand is every single thing you do. The way you speak, your values, how you carry yourself, your social media profile, the pictures that you upload, what you write, your personality is basically your brand. And so most of the clients I deal with, I don't have to worry about personality issues, is that how do you translate that wonderfulness to the social media world so that you can make money and generate money. So that's what coaching with me is how do I take that wonderful personality that you have and let's find out a way to sell that product or service or whatever you might be selling to the world on a social media platform, or not always social media. But so coaching like that would be you might do one-on-one coaching with me. That could either be a one-on-one face-to-face or through video, and if you don't want to be video, then we can talk by phone. So I'm really flexible with that. If most people can't afford the one-on-one, then I do have group coaching that I offer that, which is really good, which you get to be with a group of all other women who are in the same boat as you. And then that's one group coaching call, that's all the marketing training that you'll get all in that monthly.
Oh, that is very nice. Okay, so you have all these different things for people to check out.
Right,
okay.
right.
Great. So you have the most recent program is the Be Your Own Boss, right? So what can women get through that if they want to sign up for that?
Okay, so the Be Your Own Boss training is part of the Lady Boss Club. Okay, so the Lady Boss Club is a membership program that you get a monthly training like Be Your Own Boss. So the Be Your Own Boss kind of program is like someone who definitely knows what the business is that they want to do, but they just don't know the steps. They don't know where to start. So that's the perfect program for the Lady Boss kind of thing. The I work like a boss is the person who's, okay, I'm in my business, I'm doing okay, but I'm not getting stuff completed and I'm not getting stuff done. So that's more about the time management and productivity and performance, how to become better at that. Right. And then you've got the business structure together, you know where you're going, you sort of, you've got your time management down. How to get clients is the other training that's part of the Lady Boss Club that helps you get your first couple clients. Right? Because once you get those first couple clients, then the money starts to come in. And so I'm working on some other programs on how to get a product out there, how to put your own program together. I'm looking at doing speaking to sales, so how do you speak so that you can sell your programs while you're on stage and that kind of stuff. So that's where we're going in the future.
Nice. Okay, I love it. I love it. Yes. Okay. So thanks, Alease, once again for coming. And what is the best way for people to reach you?
Oh, the best way is go to AleaseMichelle.com. That's Alease, ALEASE, Michelle, MICHELLE. That's 2 L's. .com, and that's the key thing about branding. All of that is consistent. So you can find me on Facebook at Alease Michelle, you can find me on Twitter at Alease Michelle, you can find me on Instagram at Alease Michelle. That's the key thing, so people can find my wonderfulness online.
Exactly. Well, all in one place. Okay. Yes. Awesome. Thank you, Alease.
You're welcome.
All right, world. I hope you have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Enjoyed our episode today and you want to start living your dreams, contact me today and we will start working on the dreams that you are meant to live.